You know what? It was surprising. I didn't think it was as hot this afternoon as I thought it might be out there. So really pleased with how the work we got in, the effort our kids gave this afternoon. That was, you know, after with a two-a-day practice, after coming out this morning, having to be a hot morning, finishing really hot, getting out there. When we got to practice field, it was hot. But all throughout the practice, I thought the guys battled, and really pleased with the attitude that everybody had on the field today.
Back in the spring, when it ended the spring game, you said you wish you had 30 more practices with the offensive line. You want to get that chemistry in gel. How's that going so far, the first part of training camp?
They're coming along, you know. I mean, well, we get 20 more to go, right? I got my 10 in to get to the 30. We'll get them, but they're working, you know. They're working, and it's we're mixing and matching some guys, just in, you know, like will happen during the course of a season, just to get different guys reps and different things. And you know, right now there's so much installation going on, so. This afternoon's practice was kind of a review practice of everything in, so it was a little bit more realistic than just kind of, hey, we're getting the rep count numbers at certain plays. This afternoon was a little bit more realistic of mixing and matching everything, and you know, we'll watch the film, see how they did, but you know, I mean, the key to it is we have to get a bunch of them ready. You know, you'd like to get 10 ready, and you know, you have to have at least 8 of them ready to go play.
Are there any individuals or position groups that have really impressed you over the weekend or today?
Not really. I mean, like I said, I like the attitude of the team. I look at it much more that way than things, because, you know, again, you're in the learning curve of things. So I don't really know if there's anybody that's impressed me, because I'm just looking at it. Are they learning what to do right now? Make sure they're doing the right things.
You talked about last week that it was almost like a calculus class being taught in Chinese for some of your freshmen. Is there a point in fall camp where you maybe see a freshman kind of step above the others and maybe puts himself in a position to play his first year on campus?
Well, you know, I mean, I got to watch the film this afternoon. These are big ones now, because now it's not just that installation; it's everything combined, and see how they process the stuff they haven't done for a couple of days, and see how they learn that. But you know, I mean, as they pick it up, it's going to see there's still more installation. We got to call 3 or 4 more installations to go to put stuff in, and you know, at that point, we'll see, once kind of everything's in, you know, how they process it, how they can come back and adjust to the speed and know what they're doing when you're putting the whole package together out there on the field. So it'll be a couple more weeks before we even think about that stuff.
And there's some situations, I guess, where you kind of have to play a freshman because of just, you know, lack of depth at a position. But when does kind of talent come into play with that, where you're just saying, we just can't keep this guy off the field?
Well, we're going to try to make sure we have our best, you know, 22. We like to play at least 2 deep at every position to get guys reps and play a lot of players. So it's, you know, are they in the best 22 on offense or best 22 on defense? We want to get those guys on the field.
Are you pleased with the general athleticism of the freshmen you're bringing in? Because each year seems like you guys in better shape, better condition, more speed.
Nah, I don't know if that's the case, to be honest with you. You know, they're trying to learn how to run fast. I don't know. Like, I mean, today that we watched themselves on film, and I think, you know, we had a freshman kickoff coverage team today. I'd say the average 40 time on that team was probably about a 5.9 40. So, I mean, if that's athletic, then that's pretty good. But they just don't understand how to run hard yet. You know, this isn't the combines and all that stuff. This is real football, and they got to go perform at a high level. So they're learning how to go hard as well as all the other things on top of that.
With the schedule setting up the way it does, how does that impact the way y'all prepare? I mean, last year you had 3 non-conference games to begin the year. This year it's non-conference LSU.
Well, that doesn't. You know, I mean, the schedule setting up how it does to me changes how we prepare, because we play at like midnight every kickoff or something like that. It seems like. So, I mean, it is hard. I mean, our first 2 games, you expect the games will still be going on past midnight, which is it's kind of ridiculous almost. But that's just the way it is. So that'll change how we prepare as we get closer to game week, because I mean, I'm usually asleep by then, you know, and I mean, I got to be rocking and rolling in the fourth quarter. Our guys aren't used to probably physically performing at midnight. In fact, we used to even train them at midnight in the summer, and the NCAA outlawed that. You can't do that anymore, but they'll let us play after midnight, which is kind of ridiculous.
Does that impact your preparation for the next week as well? Because of, I don't know, like Hattiesburg will be a late night, that kind of thing. Does that impact?
Well, the next week's late too, so it's both the first 2 games are really late kickoffs. So I don't know. I guess we should petition NCAA if they're going to make us play after midnight, then they should let us practice after midnight and train after midnight in the off season.
What were some of the advantages of training that late? Was it just to keep the temperatures cool? Is that what?
Tonight?
No, when you wanted to train at midnight.
No. We just have different workouts. We used to do like a midnight lift in the summer. It was a really, really cool deal, right? I think they used to do like Midnight Madness too in basketball. That used to be kind of a cool deal, and they outlawed all that stuff.
when you're preparing for a scrimmage, I think it's Thursday, you're gonna have the
Yeah.
first one. How does the week practice change leading up to a scrimmage, or does it?
Nothing. You know, that's our first scrimmage. We just get to see who, you know, we're to tackle and see who can make things happen in the stadium in a live situation. And just, you know, there'll be some things I'm looking for out of a lot of younger guys, and just I want to just make sure our older guys are where we need them to be getting ready to build up to the season.
How does the field goal competition look so far?
Yeah, it was okay. I think do different competitive stuff a little bit. We've only done 2 competitive days really with the kickers. So they hard to see. You know, they're still getting into the groove of things, but they're all three of them are competing for the job, and we'll see how it plays out statistically as we get closer to game day.
I guess Devin hasn't really done it since his freshman year in a game. Just what do you think his mindset is with that?
He's an older guy. I mean, he's fine. I mean, he made a 50-yard field goal in a New Year's Day bowl game. So I think when you have that to go back on, hopefully it's just like riding a bike.